Hello, salutations. My name is Jaden, and today I want to talk to you guys about sexual frustration. For some reason, the part of my brain that stopped me from making bad ideas has just decided to take a vacation, and now we're both here. I'm sorry. A lot of people see topics on sex or sexuality as taboo, and I just hope that we can all be adults here.
Did somebody say sex?
Leave. I don't wanna.
Did somebody say sex?
Not a lot of people in the mental health sphere have tackled this topic, as far as I know. Maybe they haven't thought of it, or maybe they're uncomfortable with the topic. But my goal is just to make the discussion piece of it a bit more comfortable, or at least more comfortable for people to think about. Whether you are in a relationship and sexually active or not, or if you're not in a relationship and you're not sexually active, or you're not in a relationship but you are sexually active, all of these groups of people can still feel sexual frustration. Sexual frustration is, as the name implies, it is being frustrated about something sexual, and these thoughts are generally seen to be bad or taboo and something that are very uncivil. These things are just thoughts, and we don't act on all of our thoughts, and trust me, that's a good thing because I'm crazy. If you're in a relationship, your partner may be experiencing this type of frustration and they might not want to share it because of feelings of guilt and or shame. Chances are keeping things away from your partner in the end might have long-term consequences on your relationship. However, for those of us not in relationships, it can be a bit more complicated and personal, like how your last crap was.
I'll have you know that the last time I defecated, it was...
Okay, stop. Y'all don't need to hear that, alright? And in fact, you don't need to hear whether or not somebody's experiencing sexual frustration or not, but it might help a lot of people, and let me explain. Just by being able to say that you're having a certain thought at a point in time, and it's okay that you're having the thought, is an amazing thing, and it can reduce a lot of anxiety. If someone goes, oh, like I'm just having thoughts like these, and this is okay. I'm not a monster, alright? No, I'm not saying that if my mom asks me how I'm doing, I'm just gonna be like,
I'm sexually frustrated, thanks for asking.
no, I would get slapped 64 times in succession. This would never go down well. Being sexually frustrated can be annoying and difficult to deal with. It's not fun. I personally think that we should strive to understand these thoughts. If you're religious, maybe you pray. If you're somebody who writes, maybe you write. Maybe you talk to someone. But as long as you're trying to get used to the idea that these are thoughts, these are things that you're thinking, it is okay to feel them. I think that the feeling of frustration stems from the idea that these thoughts are evil, or they're bothersome, or they're unnatural. So a lot of people end up holding them in. Let's be honest, nobody wants to say the phrase, I am sexually frustrated. Hey, I don't even want to say it in my own house because it's really awkward. I just hope that people can get comfortable with the idea that you are human and you are feeling a feeling. I know, it's crazy. It's bonkers. I'm fortunate enough to talk to my mom about anything and talk to my 3 closest friends about anything as well. So this kind of a topic is something that we can just talk about, right? I think that some people need to find a safe space for things that cause them stress. There is a group of people, usually males, who try and abandon their sexual desire or annoying sexual thoughts, and they try and abandon things that they deem as sexually deviant behavior. And this group is better known as NoFap. You may have heard of them. They are against things like porn, masturbation, and I think that's a totally great thing. They have a pretty positive message, but there is a more extreme side to it. And they're taking their ability to self-discipline themselves as kind of a way to gain energy, right? To be more productive and focused. But the extreme side of it is where they're like, I don't want any kind of relation. I don't want any of these thoughts at all to exist. I just want to be absolutely focused. And you know what? I totally understand it. Like, totally understand how somebody could turn into someone who wants to become a machine and just constantly work towards a goal. The biggest word that I see a lot of religions use is temptation. That this idea that our thoughts are not pure and there's something inherently evil and wrong with them. Is Johnny a horrible, disgusting human being because he thinks Sally is attractive? Of course not. Of course Johnny's not horrible and disgusting. But is Johnny a horrible and disgusting human being because he complimented Sally? You'd have to ask Sally about that one. It depends on how he complimented her, to be honest. I've just always wondered if the act of having a thought appear in your head, is that sinful? Is that wrong? Is that evil? Is that something that people should learn to be afraid of? Should we be afraid of our own thoughts, or should we accept them, right? Is this something that I'm thinking? Self-discipline and restraint is something that all of us practice on some level. Sometimes when having this self-discipline, the thoughts that directly contradict or go against that discipline can be quite scary, right? It'd be like trying to eat healthy and then you have a thought about eating pizza, right? And you know that you're trying to eat healthy, so why would you eat pizza? And that's where the idea that I'm trying to bring up comes to surface, really. It's pizza. I'm having a thought about pizza, right? And not overreacting to it, not letting it control you and just going, I'm having thoughts about junk food because junk food is delicious. I understand that junk food is delicious, but do I want to eat it? Yes. Am I going to eat it? All right, that's where you process the choice. You don't have to, just because you're thinking it. Just because you have the thought doesn't mean that you're bad. Oh man, I'm thinking about pizza right now. I can't believe I'm thinking about pizza. I'm angry and I'm frustrated because I want pizza now. It's like, okay. Don't be upset. Try not to. Like I said, I just hope that people can find a way to comfortably discuss these things. I would love a world where people just said how they felt all the time, but people don't want to operate like that. And people, frankly, aren't really mature enough, I don't think, to handle that kind of, like, somebody's feeling something emotional and let me speak about it, right? So if you've been giggling this entire time, I just want to let you know, human beings have sex. Yes, it's true. This is how you were born. This is how I was born. Unless, of course, you were inseminated or, genetically engineered. It's a difficult thing for anyone to deal with, right? And people express it in different ways. Hey, maybe you just take a bunch of photos that someone has a certain perception of, and they're like, they're probably feeling sexually frustrated themselves, and they're saying like all kinds of bad things about you. You're normal. That's what I wanted to say, humans. I will see you later. Bye.